I am Jadon Se, Golden Dragon of the Third Arc of Consciousness, and this is a message from the Dragon. Today's message, Grid Work. Dear ones, are you one of those people who, walking along the beach or along a forest path, stops to pick up a rock? Perhaps the rock had a certain color to it. Perhaps it had a certain shape. It reminded you of something. Or perhaps there is no reason that you can touch immediately why you needed to pick up that rock and put it in your pocket. So many of you light workers do this. Have you noticed that not everyone does? And that those who do tend to be like-minded people. Yes, dear ones, those of you who have brought rocks home with you have done so since childhood. Most of you are not aware that there is something special in this, a gift. Yes, dear ones, a gift. You, dear ones, are grid workers if you do this, and most of you do. What is a grid worker? Well, dear ones, that is a deep subject. But we will just say this. Your Gaia is a being with consciousness. Your Gaia has energies that are circulating. You may have heard the term ley lines, dragon lines, telluric currents. Yes, dear ones, there are energies that are constantly moving around the world, equalizing, so to speak, or playing roles. Some energies are storing information. Some energies are protecting this your world from unwanted vibrational states. You might say interferences. Some are upholding life and redistributing life force. There are certain places on this world where the average lifespan is much higher. This is not due to nutrition or necessarily any one sort of lifestyle change. No, dear ones, these places on the planet have energetics that support longevity and health and vitality. These energies of these places often originate in other parts of the world. Yes, dear ones, these energies move, they are transmitted, they are transferred. You, as light workers and grid workers, have come into this world on some level knowing this. Deep within your beingness, you know that energies may be blocked in one place, may be flowing freely in another. Some of you burst out into song when you're standing next to a river. Or some of you get high spirits when you're on the beach. Yes, dear ones, your science knows a little bit about this. Just enough to be dangerous, you might say. About the differences in air quality, positive, negative ions in the breeze, etc. Your science may understand that some areas are more beneficial to certain types of health than others. But, dear ones, without fail, most of your scientists will try to analyze the chemistry. They will try to take measurements from environmental factors, and will totally miss that energies are moving freely around your world that support life, support creativity, support longevity, etc. If you have been doing this sort of thing for years, you may be consciously aware of being a grid worker. However, most grid workers are completely unconscious from a day-to-day level that they are doing service for this your world. Many grid workers simply grab a stone and put it in their pocket and move it from one place to another. How is this grid work? Well, dear ones, stones like water, like your ether, will contain energies. And when you move a stone from one part of the world to another, there is an equalizing of energies, very much like water that has been let out from a dam is free to move to where it is supposed to be. Well, dear ones, you are at some level in agreement with Gaia, your beautiful world, in that you are providing a service, most of the time not even knowing this, of redistributing energies to where they need to go. As the world shifts, as consciousness on the planet shifts, as humanity shifts, as your sun moves through different parts of the galaxy, there becomes a need for these energies to be, shall we say, rebalanced or optimized. In some cases, these energies are needed to prevent unwanted energies from taking root. It is not important that you know consciously exactly what is happening when you move stones from point A to point B. And dear ones, many of you collect stones. Many of you collect crystals. Many of you select things for your home that have certain energetics to them. Again, you are not necessarily conscious of what is exactly happening there. But what is happening, dear ones, is you are surrounding yourself with a cloud of energies that is beneficial for some reason or another, most likely not only for yourself. Another thing you may be unconscious of is where you live. Why did you select this place that you currently reside? And is there something special about it? You may come to realize, years after moving into a beautiful home, that your home is situated on a ley line, or the intersection of many ley lines. At some level, your higher self guided you to be in this place. And then once you are in this place, your collection starts. Your crystal collection, perhaps singing bowls from Tibet, perhaps stonework that you replace your kitchen counter with, perhaps something in your garden. Dear ones, so many of you are amazing grid workers and don't even know it. What about just spontaneously deciding, I need to go to the beach today. I haven't seen the ocean. Or, I need to take a trip across the country to this place I've never been to before. Or, an opportunity presents itself, some sort of business travel. And you find yourself bringing a crystal with you. Or you find yourself bringing your favorite stonework jewelry with you. Do you not know, dear ones, that Spirit is able to set up synchronicities that support any intention? Yes, I think most of you do know this. And at the level of your higher selves, synchronicities often are, shall we say, anonymous. You do not know that there was a sudden inspiration to go to this or that place because it is grid work. You may not know that your boss decided to send you on some work business travel to some distant land because your higher self orchestrated that synchronicity for grid work. It is not important for you to consciously do grid work, dear ones. However, many of you have turned to being able to do this, or to learning more about grid work. This is beautiful. Please continue if that is your calling. Just know that you do not even need to know why you need to go to the beach. You do not even need to know why that certain rock ended up in your pocket to be carried home. You maybe, at some point, will have a rock collection so large that you feel you need to scatter these rocks somewhere or do something with them. This too, dear ones, is grid work. The way you arrange your crystals on your dresser or bedside table is grid work. If you find yourself, just unconsciously or somewhat consciously playing with the arrangement of rocks around your house, crystals around your house, you are doing grid work, dear ones. Trust that your higher self knows what to do, and know that your mere presence on this world is more service than you can possibly imagine. This is only one way, this sort of grid work, that your presence in any given place at any given time is of service. Just know that your higher self knows exactly what to do and how to support you and your Gaia. I am Jadon Se, in love with the service that you provide, knowingly or unknowingly at this level.